since 1998, so 19 years? 18 years? My math's not good. I'm a statistician. At Merritt's Marketing Research. In fact, I know her because of our wine club, which we've had going since, I think I quit in 1999, and the party we had at the celebration of me leaving was kind of the inaugural event. We would get together every month to taste wines and to learn to taste wines. And we had a list of each person had to go buy particular wines so that we can compare them and train our palates and know how to say the things that people say. And that was wonderful, and we did that for 2 years, I think. We followed that protocol. And after that, we just continued. We're a motley crew. It's an interesting group. There are people native born here, immigrants from India, Mexico, Indiana, Missouri. We have Catholics, we have Protestants, we have Hindus. We have liberals, we have conservatives. We are an interesting group. And we've been doing this for 18 years, still getting together. Sometimes it's testy. Election years are hard years. There's three memories that I want and they're not specific memories, but they're more things I will remember. And one of them centers around that and us being so diverse and a group. We would drive, whether it's to Shefali's house or Maria's house, we'd rotate whose house it was. And we lived in La Habra, on the border of La Habra and Whittier. And so we would drive Grace and Bob to wherever we were going. And we would have wonderful conversations in the car. But before we would get in the car, Lynn and I, and even when I was in the car with Grace, I'd say, now, we're not going to talk about certain things because we're friends. But Grace, while she is sweet, and she is certainly knowledgeable, and she also turned me on to KPCC, so it doesn't necessarily turn you into a liberal. What she would do, in spite of the good intentions, and I know it wasn't just my good intentions, I know my friends had similar intentions, she would purposely throw a grenade into the middle. Whether it's about religion. So, what do you think of what the Pope said? Or politics, right? What do you think of this candidate? What do you think of that candidate? Or she'd make some comment that she'd know would get a rise out of one of us. And if Shefali and I may have many differences, but we're very similar in that we will not let something go. Should encounter what we might want to say. And so one of my endearing memories will be her as a grenade thrower. And the delight she had in the adult conversations that ensued. And in spite of all of that difficulty, we are still doing it. In fact, our last one was just a couple weeks ago. My second memory was more about love. And it's an easier love, right? There's two kinds of love. It's easier, it's not easy. But I have 4 children, and she was there for the birth of 3 of them. All of them have blankets from her, and 2 of them, you know how every child has a softie that's theirs. 2 of them, my daughter Grace and my daughter Claire, both of their softies were the blankets that she made. We ended up retiring them all after years and years and years of being tattered and whatnot. But not only did she do that for my children who weren't her grandchildren, but she remembered them every holiday. And not just the big holidays, not Christmas, not Easter, but Halloween, Valentine's Day, St. Patrick's Day, 4th of July, all of them, not just all 4 children, but also for my wife and I. We would always get that. For birthdays, undoubtedly. In fact, the last message I had from her, my birthday was just a few days before she died, and I got a happy birthday message. So that was, at least for me, a very important thing. But that's an easy part of love. Well, easier. Nobody does it. Everybody can do it better. But she did it very well. Then there's a harder love. That's the love that takes a lot of sacrifice. And for years, we watched Grace sacrifice. And I think that is the thing I'll remember most, because that kind of love where you give of yourself, that's a Christ love. And nobody I know has witnessed it better than she has. And that, to me, is the most important memory. So I'm going to leave, and I happen to be the one of the Catholic virgins too. We like to pray for the dead. So I just want to finish with something very traditional Catholic prayer. Eternal rest grant unto her, O Lord, and let perpetual light shine upon her. May her soul and the soul of all the faithful departed, through the mercy of God, rest in peace. Amen.